If you've been watching me on the socials, you might have heard me mention that this year's NaNoWriMo project turned into a hot mess. But I still pushed through to the target of 50,000 words. So why didn't I stop or start over? Well, I've had this happen before. Welcome back to Morgan's Writing Tips and Writerly Musings with writing tips from the pros and, of course, my own writerly musings. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and today I'm here with why you might need to write a hot mess. Now, some stories need to percolate a lot before you can write them. My first manuscript didn't come together until the third time I tried it, and its ending was a hot mess for another couple drafts. My last manuscript took 2 NaNoWriMo attempts because the first time my space fantasy turned into a story about tax fraud and school field trips. While I'm happy to find out where the story takes me, sometimes I don't like where it goes and I have to back out and try again. So, here are a few reasons why you might need to write a hot mess too. First off, you might need to write a hot mess to figure out the world. You might not like world building as much as I do, but even in a contemporary setting, getting the tone and the location and the right place in history and society can be a challenge. Add in futuristic or fantastic elements, and that's a whole new can of worms to explore and weave together. I know, I'm mixing metaphors because I don't have it figured out yet. The second reason you might need to write a hot mess is to learn more about the characters. Even when I outline and create character sheets for stories, I don't always know my characters well enough to know how they're going to react in a given situation. As I write, I learn more about them. And I find out that earlier scenes might not be true to who I find out they are. Reason number 3 you might need to write a hot mess is you found out what didn't work for this story. There's a saying or a song about how when you're going through hell, you can't turn back because the only way out is through. By writing more, even after I knew I'd gone off the rails, I got the opportunity to explore the story a bit more. When I go back to rewrite this story, I'll know what didn't work and what might have just needed to be set up better. Reason number 4 you might need to write a hot mess is to fill in all those plot points the outline didn't cover, or the plot points that the vague idea floating in your head didn't cover. I know not everyone out there is a planner or even a plantser like me. While I like having a direction to go in, sometimes having too many story beats planned out ends up with me writing those planned scenes without the right flow and everything feels forced. Yeah, I can hear the pantsers laughing at me. Although I've heard a lot of them do this on purpose. Write a hot mess, then outline it, then edit it into a working manuscript. And the number 5 reason you might want to write a hot mess is to get back into the drafting mindset. My editing brain and my drafting brain are two very different things. If I stop to listen to my editing brain while I'm trying to draft out a story, I tie myself in knots and end up writing out of order, which messes up the whole story flow and leads to more of a disaster. Some people find listening to their editor brain while drafting ends up with them rewriting the same scene over and over again without ever making progress. The very problem that NaNoWriMo was created to get past. I like the quote that there's no way to edit a blank page. The theory that the rough draft is the story you tell yourself, and the advice to never throw away a draft. After all, I managed to salvage 35,000 words from that tax fraud and school field trip manuscript and turn it back into the space fantasy it was always meant to be. Have you ever written a hot mess? Did you see it through or bail when you saw the direction it was headed? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching and see you again next week. Bye bye.